Hollywood, a land of fame, fortune, and unforgettable stars. But behind the red carpets lies a darker truth: addiction, pain, and lives cut tragically short. Today, we reveal the 10 most shocking drug tragedies in Hollywood history, stories that prove even the brightest stars can be consumed by darkness. Marilyn Monroe wasn't just an actress, she was an icon of beauty, charm, and vulnerability. Yet behind the dazzling smile, she battled severe insomnia, depression, and anxiety. To keep going, she relied heavily on barbiturates, sedatives, amphetamines, and alcohol. Her personal life was in constant turmoil. Failed marriages, relentless paparazzi, and the pressure to be perfect left her broken inside. On the 4th of August, 1962, Monroe was found lifeless in her Los Angeles home at the age of 36. A mix of pills was discovered at her bedside, and her death was ruled a probable suicide. Marilyn's tragic end not only exposed the dangers of addiction, but also revealed how Hollywood's obsession with perfection can crush even its brightest star. Heath Ledger was considered one of the most gifted actors of his generation. His unforgettable portrayal of the Joker in The Dark Knight earned him a posthumous Oscar, but the role took a heavy toll on his health. Ledger admitted the intensity of the character left him sleepless and anxious. To cope, he turned to prescription medications: painkillers, anti-anxiety pills, and powerful sleeping aids. By 2007, he was reportedly surviving on just 2 hours of sleep a night. After splitting from his partner, Michelle Williams, his downward spiral worsened. On the 22nd of January, 2008, Ledger was found unconscious in his Manhattan apartment by his housekeeper and massage therapist. Emergency services could not revive him. He was just 28 years old. His toxicology report revealed 6 different prescription drugs in his system, creating a lethal cocktail. Heath's death is one of Hollywood's most painful reminders that success and talent can't shield anyone from inner demons. River Phoenix was hailed as the next big thing, a gifted actor whose performances in films like Stand By Me and My Own Private Idaho captivated audiences. He was admired not only for his talent, but also for his natural charisma and activism. On the 30th of October, 1993, River was at Johnny Depp's nightclub, The Viper Room, with friends, including his siblings Joaquin and Rain Phoenix. That night, he collapsed outside the club after a drug binge involving heroin and cocaine, suffering violent seizures before going into cardiac arrest. He was rushed to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, but was pronounced dead early on Halloween morning. At only 23, River Phoenix's shocking death robbed Hollywood of a star many believed could have rivaled legends like James Dean. His passing served as a devastating warning about the unpredictability and danger of recreational drug use. Cory Monteith became a household name through his role as Finn Hudson on Glee. His charisma and voice made him a fan favorite, but off-screen, Cory struggled with substance abuse since he was 13. Despite multiple attempts at rehab, he relapsed repeatedly. In July 2013, just weeks after completing treatment, Monteith was found dead in a Vancouver hotel room at age 31. His autopsy revealed a fatal mix of heroin and alcohol. Fans were devastated, as Cory's character had symbolized hope and joy. His tragic ending highlighted how relapse and lowered tolerance after rehab can make addiction even deadlier. Elvis Presley was the biggest star of his time, adored by millions and hailed as the king of rock and roll. But as his fame grew, so did his dependence on prescription medications. On the 16th of August, 1977, Elvis was found collapsed in the bathroom of his Graceland mansion. Despite attempts to revive him, he was pronounced dead at 42. Initially, officials claimed his death was due to a heart attack, but toxicology reports later revealed he had massive levels of opiates, sedatives, and barbiturates in his system. Elvis's addiction was a secret his family tried to keep hidden. But the truth revealed a man consumed by pain, struggling to maintain his image, while his body gave out under the weight of dependency. Judy Garland, the beloved star of The Wizard of Oz, seemed to embody innocence and magic, but her life behind the scenes was far from enchanting. From a young age, she was fed amphetamines to stay thin and energized for filming, and barbiturates to sleep. This destructive cycle shaped her entire adult life. Though adored by millions, Garland battled depression, failed marriages, and financial ruin. On the 22nd of June, 1969, she died of a barbiturate overdose at age 47. Her story symbolizes the dark underbelly of Hollywood, where even the brightest stars are often exploited and discarded, left to face their demons alone. Chris Farley was a comedic powerhouse, known for his outrageous sketches on Saturday Night Live and movies like Tommy Boy, but behind the laughs was a man tormented by addiction. Farley struggled with cocaine, heroin, alcohol, and binge eating. Despite numerous stints in rehab and attempts at recovery, he relapsed over and over. On the 18th of December, 1997, Chris was found dead in his Chicago apartment with cocaine and morphine in his system. He was just 33. Friends and fans mourned the loss of a man whose laughter lit up the world, even while he himself was consumed by darkness. John Belushi, star of Animal House and the Blues Brothers, was one of the most beloved comedians of his generation, but his wild lifestyle came with a heavy price. In March 1982, Belushi overdosed on a speedball, a deadly combination of heroin and cocaine, at the Chateau Marmont Hotel in West Hollywood. He was just 33. Belushi's death was a wake-up call for Hollywood, yet, tragically, many stars after him would follow the same doomed path. Philip Seymour Hoffman was a master of his craft. From Capote to The Master, he was celebrated for his ability to transform into complex characters. Offstage, however, Hoffman faced a personal struggle with heroin and prescription drugs. After years of sobriety, he relapsed in 2012. By the time of his death in 2014, Hoffman had returned to heavy drug use. On the 2nd of February, he was found dead in his Manhattan apartment with a syringe still in his arm. Police discovered 50 bags of heroin, along with other drugs, in his home. He was just 46. His death shook the film world, not only because of the loss of an extraordinary actor, but also because it revealed the unrelenting grip of addiction, even after years of recovery. Anna Nicole Smith captivated the world in the 1992nd with her larger-than-life personality, bombshell looks, and controversial marriage to oil tycoon J. Howard Marshall. But behind the glamorous image was a woman fighting deep emotional pain. Her drug use reportedly began after cosmetic surgery in her 20s. Over the years, she became dependent on prescription medications, including Valium, Xanax, Vicodin, and Methadone. Her chaotic life was magnified through reality television, where her erratic behavior became public spectacle. On the 8th of February, 2007, Anna Nicole Smith was discovered unconscious in her Florida hotel room. Despite efforts to revive her, she was declared dead later that day. She was only 39. The medical examiner determined her death was due to a lethal mix of prescription drugs. Her story is a stark reminder of how fame without stability can lead to a spiral of dependency and self-destruction.